Captain Leo Hayes stared out the window of the starship Endeavour, watching the swirling blue and green planet grow bigger and bigger. This was Glorith Prime, the home world of the Glorith Dominion, one of the most powerful alien empires in the galaxy. Leo had trained for years for this mission, the first time humans would meet the Glorith face to face. He felt his heart beat faster. So many eyes would be watching. So much was at stake. If the talks went well, humans might gain new trade rights, new allies, and a place in the stars. But if things went wrong, the consequences could be dangerous. "Captain, we are approaching the Glorith space station," said Lieutenant Mira Chen, the ship's communications officer. Her voice was calm but excited. Leo nodded. "Prepare for docking. Remember, this is a peaceful mission. We want to build trust." The Endeavour slid smoothly into the massive space station, a gleaming structure shaped like a giant flower floating in orbit. The ship's landing clamps locked with a soft thud. As the airlock opened, a tall figure waited on the other side. She was unlike anything Leo had seen. Her skin shimmered with a soft silver glow, and her eyes were deep pools of violet. She wore a crown of delicate crystal spikes that seemed to grow from her head. "This is Queen Sithara," whispered Mira beside him. Leo stepped forward, bowing respectfully. The Queen's voice was clear and musical. "Welcome, Captain Hayes of Earth. We are pleased you have come." The Glorith court was both grand and strange. Around the Queen were her advisors, tall, elegant beings with strange features. The walls seemed to shift colors softly, reflecting moods and thoughts. The meeting began with formal speeches and greetings. Leo carefully explained humanity's hopes for peace and trade. The Queen listened quietly, her smile calm. Then came the question about the mining rights on a rare mineral planet near Glorith space. The Queen said, "If humans can show respect to our traditions, there may be a way forward." Leo tried to be polite and said, "We humans value respect deeply. In fact, I admire your grace and strength, Your Majesty." At that moment, a sharp-eyed advisor interrupted. "Captain, in the Glorith language, what you just said can be interpreted as a formal marriage proposal." Leo's eyes widened. "Wait. No, that's not what I meant." But the Queen smiled gently and said, "Captain Hayes, I accept your proposal." Gasps filled the room. Leo blinked. "What? No, wait. That can't be right." The Queen's smile didn't fade. "In our culture, marriage is the highest form of alliance. By accepting, I honor your courage and goodwill." Leo felt sweat on his forehead. The entire human crew was watching through live video feeds, their faces a mix of shock and amusement. The Queen's advisors whispered to each other, some nodding, others looking concerned. "This is a diplomatic surprise," Leo said carefully, trying to keep calm. The Queen nodded. "Perhaps, but it may be the start of something new." Leo knew he had to play along, for now. But this unexpected proposal would change everything. Back on the ship, his team was waiting. Mira shook her head, smiling. "Captain, you just got engaged to an alien queen," Leo groaned. "This mission just got a whole lot more complicated." Captain Leo Hayes sat stiffly in the conference room aboard the Endeavour. The glowing hologram of Queen Sithara hovered in front of him. Her serene face seemed to smile gently, but the weight of what she had accepted still hung heavy in the air. Behind Leo, his crew waited anxiously. They had just witnessed humanity's most important diplomatic mission turn into something completely unexpected. "Captain," said Commander Jensen, his second in command, "we need to understand what this engagement really means for us." Leo nodded. "Agreed. We have no choice but to follow their customs now. If we don't, we risk insulting the Glorith and possibly starting a war." Mira Chen, still trying to process the situation, added, "I've been studying their cultural files. It says here that a marriage proposal to a Glorith queen is a sacred bond. It means you promise loyalty, respect, and support. It's like becoming family." "Family, huh?" Leo said with a bitter laugh. "That's going to be hard to explain back home." As the ship moved closer to Glorith Prime, Leo prepared to meet with the Queen again, this time for the official engagement ceremony. The crew gathered to rehearse what they would say and do, but no one really knew what to expect. Captain Leo Hayes stood on the balcony of the Glorith Palace, looking out over the vast alien city. The sun was setting behind tall crystal towers that glowed with soft colors. The city was alive with lights and sounds, unlike anything Leo had seen before. Beside him stood Queen Sathara. Her silver skin shimmered in the fading light. She looked calm, but Leo could see her sharp mind working. "Captain," she said quietly, "you have adapted well to our customs. That pleases me." Leo smiled nervously. "I'm still learning. This whole engagement thing is new to me." Sathara laughed softly. "It is new to many, but it is also powerful. We are not just joining as allies, but as family." Leo looked at her carefully. "Family can be a good thing, or complicated." She nodded. "True, but it gives us strength." Suddenly, a message arrived from the Glorith Council. A hostile faction from a neighboring star system was moving toward Glorith space. They might attack soon. Leo's heart quickened. The timing was terrible. They could use this moment of confusion to strike. Sathara's eyes narrowed. "Then we must act quickly, together." Leo realized this was the moment they needed to show their true alliance. "Let's prepare," he said. The grand hall of the Glorith Palace was filled with soft, glowing lights. The walls shimmered with colors that changed with the mood of the crowd. Alien dignitaries from across the galaxy had gathered to witness the engagement ceremony between Captain Leo Hayes and Queen Sathara. Leo stood beside the Queen, feeling both nervous and honored. The ceremony was a great honor in Glorith culture. It showed the joining of two powerful beings and two peoples, but Leo still felt out of place. The customs were strange, and the eyes of thousands were on him. Queen Sathara's voice echoed through the hall as she spoke in the ancient Glorith tongue. A translator nearby repeated her words for Leo and the other guests. "We honor this union as the beginning of a new future. May it bring peace and strength to both our worlds." The crowd murmured in agreement, and the ceremony moved forward. Leo was asked to take part in several traditional tests, simple tasks designed to prove his respect and willingness to join the Glorith family. He stumbled through some, but with the Queen's quiet encouragement, he passed each one. Then, just as the ceremony was reaching its peak, alarms blared through the palace. "Attack!" shouted a guard. "Enemy ships entering Glorith space!" Chaos erupted. The elegant crowd scattered, and Leo and Sathara moved quickly to the command center. The battle had just ended. The enemy ships lay scattered and defeated beyond Glorith space. Captain Leo Hayes wiped sweat from his brow as the command center slowly returned to calm. Beside him stood Queen Sathara, her face serious but proud. "Your courage was unexpected," she said softly. "You have shown yourself worthy, Captain." Leo looked at her and smiled. "I couldn't have done it without you." The two leaders knew the war was not just fought with weapons, but with trust and alliance. Now, their unusual engagement had become a symbol of hope for their people.